You almost need to have a seatbelt on at all times. It's just hard. It is just hard to believe. And I just said to the team, where do I start with this show today? Where do we begin? Where do I begin? You want to start with Trump talking to Putin and maybe ending the war in Ukraine? You want to talk about the Justice Department suing New York for its sanctuary city status? All Christian wants to talk about is Emmanuel Cleaver. I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that's about. I mean, this is crazy. We are at a place right now of such overwhelming ecstasy. That's the only word that comes to mind. So much is getting done. So much is happening. So much is joyful. And I need a cut sheet, guys, so I can know what our clips are. So somebody send me a cut sheet, and then I'll be able to see what Emmanuel Cleaver is, because Christian is just itching for me to play cut number 10. Now, I'll play it. This is a first. I have no idea what we're about to see and hear. Hit it.
Take your musty millions and musty Moscow rights to the moon. You get your musty hands off of our money or go to Moscow. You musty moon.
I see what you mean, Christian. That's Congressman Emmanuel Cleaver. He's a Democrat congressman from the great state of Missouri. He has a problem with Elon Musk's musty moo-moo. I don't know what a musty moo-moo is. I don't know if it's a piece of clothing. I don't know if it's a body part. We've been talking a lot about body parts this week. A lot of these Democrats are talking about body parts. They're having all kinds of nicknames for Elon Musk, but now the latest one apparently is musty moo-moo. I promise, I will not play the song that they were singing yesterday, which I'm told the music of which is an actual song. You know that crazed, psychotic chanting they were doing on Capitol Hill about we're going to fight DOGE or we're going to fight Musk? Apparently, it's a Pete Seeger song, and I didn't know that. One of my sons is still not talking to me because he said, I can't get that stupid song out of my head. We're not going to play it. We're just going to be astounded at how they've lost their minds. They've lost their complete. In fact, can we play that again just to try to set the tone here, set the mood, set the table. Emmanuel Cleaver, Democrat from Missouri. These Democrats are very well organized. They're holding rallies against DOGE and government efficiency. Democrats are officially opposed to government efficiency. Let's just, again, say it long and hard and far and wide. Democrats are against cutting taxpayer funded waste. They don't want that. They want the waste. They want the fraud. They want the corruption. They want the trillions of dollars that we're paying to fund operas in Bangladesh and Sesame Street in Iraq and all this other goofy stuff that Trump's administration is uncovering. They seem to be hung up on the fact that Trump's team wasn't elected. Incidentally, you could say that about anybody. His chief of staff wasn't elected. We didn't elect Susie Wild. We didn't elect Caroline Leavitt. We didn't elect anybody on his team. We elected him. So I suppose we could all start marching around objecting to the fact that Caroline Leavitt is the press secretary because we didn't elect her. How dare she? We didn't elect her. Elon Musk, via an executive order, heads up an entity called the Department of Government Efficiency that we elected. And they're pretending we didn't elect it. One more time, with feeling, I give you Emmanuel Cleaver. Again, this is an actual United States congressman from the state of Missouri.
Take your musty millions and musty Moscow rights to the moon. You get your musty hands off of our money or go to Moscow. You musty moo.
Anybody want to translate? Can anybody interpret it for me? Let's try that. Let me start there. 800-655-Mike. Can you tell me what he said? It's like we need a caption. What is musty moo moo moo? It was actually musty moo moo moo. There were three moo moos. Three moos. Wasn't just one moo. There were three. Wasn't just a musty moo moo. It was a musty moo moo moo. My goodness. No idea, but we're having fun, aren't we? I mean, I really do feel like we've just woken up in the middle of a giant, wonderful, happy, feverish dream. It's one of the greatest things. This is one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. You know, Emmanuel Cleaver is a reverend. He is, right? What's his bio? This guy's a piece of work. Let's take some calls because I got a whole bunch of people interpreting the latest. Look, it's important that you see and hear from these Democrats. It's important that you know what the other side is like right now. They're shattered. They are absolutely broken. They're gutted. They're gutted. And it's not just the goofy guy with the cane and Auntie Maxine and Pocahontas. They're all doing this. They're all marching around holding rallies against Elon Musk. There's something about this guy that has gotten under their skin. And you know what it is. I can promise you what it is. He's effective. He's finding the corruption. He's finding the graft. He's finding the waste. He's discovering the Democrat machine's mess, and they're cleaning it up. The old limestone mine in Pennsylvania, where they keep all these records. In a mine, Elon's like, you think maybe we could keep them on a hard drive somewhere? I mean, it is 2025. Let's check out Reverend Congressman, Pastor, Poobah, Potentate, Emmanuel Cleaver, one more time, the gift that keeps giving.
Take your musty millions and musty Moscow rights to the moon. You get your musty hands off of our money or go to Moscow. You musty moo.
Musty moo. You musty moo. Alice in Atlanta, what is a musty moo?
It is a play on Elon Musk's name. Musky Moo Moo.
Musky?
You heard it.
Is he saying musky or musty?
He is saying musky. Musky Moo Moo. It's making fun of his name.
Well, musky moo. Musky moo.
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's a reference to a cow or not.
I don't either.
I guess it could be.
Maybe it's a cow. Maybe it's a dairy reference. Why don't they just stand there and say, Elon, your mama wears cowboy boots or army boots? Or what's the phrase? Yeah, your mama wears army boots. I mean,
we didn't elect Representative Cleaver's staff either. He has unelected staff.
Of course he does.
President Trump have unelected staff.
Isn't that?
I mean, it goes both ways.
I know
here.
It does. Isn't that the craziest part about their big talking point? We didn't elect Elon Musk, and what does that even matter?
Right.
What is
yes.
They're just they got nothing,
exactly.
Alice.
He is a perfect example of knowing so much about things that are not true. It's just what Reagan said. They know so much, but what they know isn't true. And he's a perfect example of it.
Right.
And he stood up there and demonstrated it to the whole country.
You're right. That's why we got to play it. You know, some people, I struggle with this because yesterday I came to work saying, look, I'm tired of hearing from these malcontents. There's so many good things going on right now. I mean, in case you didn't notice, Tulsi Gabbard got confirmed yesterday. Oh, Mitch McConnell voted against her. The lone Republican was Mitch McConnell. Kentucky's Mitch McConnell. The only Republican who wants to challenge Donald Trump this way. It's astounding. It's astounding. And the left is mad at him because they can't figure out why he couldn't talk more Republicans into voting against her, too. They're terrified of her because she's going to be the director of national intelligence, and she is one sharp cookie. You better be ready, Adam Schiff. Hey, Liz Warren, you paying attention? Hey, John Brennan, how's your day going now that Tulsi Gabbard became the director of national intelligence? So there is just so much swirling around right now. And in the few short weeks that Trump has been in office, they have already trimmed billions of dollars in waste in the federal government, which means our money. They have already saved the taxpayers a lot of money. Mark's in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Mark, can you help me understand Emmanuel Cleaver?
I think I can, Mike.
Good.
But let me start out by saying, isn't it a glorious day?
Every day, the sun is shining brighter, the sky is bluer, the air feels crisper. Isn't it amazing, Mark?
It's like Christmas Day every day.
I know.
Every time I turn on the news.
I know. It keeps getting better and better and better and better.
I know what he's saying. I know what he tried to say.
Okay.
He caught himself at the very last second. I'm going to be very careful on how I say this. He said, "Muskie MFers." That's what he stopped short of saying.
Oh, and that's why he said moo, moo, moo.
Yes, he stopped short. When he got to the M part, he knew that he screwed up.
He knew he went too far.
He went too far.
I mean, these poor people. It's like they need to have a group therapy session. They got.
Mike, it's amazing the panic that has set in.
I know, and it just keeps getting. And I don't see anything stopping it. Do you see anything? Look, a couple weeks ago, people were saying, "Well, Tulsi, maybe she doesn't get confirmed." It looks like RFK is a shoe-in to get confirmed. Bobby Kennedy's going to get confirmed, Mark.
Everybody's going to get confirmed, and it is another glorious day in the United States of America.
Kash Patel's going to get confirmed, the director of the FBI. You're right, Mark. It's like they're powerless to stop what's happening. And we're enjoying this way too much. We are enjoying this so much right now. And look, we're going to have bad days, I'm sure. I just don't see them coming. I don't know when. I don't know how. Every single day, though, it feels like a glorious, glorious celebration of Christmas. Christmas in February. Man, oh man. Incidentally, we got some big travels coming up. I'm going to be at the National Religious Broadcasters Convention in Dallas in a couple of weeks. We'll be telling you all about that. We're going to go off to Alaska for the Patriots Alaska cruise in August. We're going back to Israel. We're putting the finishing touches on that trip because we want you to join us. So stick around. We got an awful lot of things to celebrate. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a glorious, glorious year. And I can't think of a better way to celebrate it than to come into this studio every day and fight the good fight, you and me together, here on the Mike Gallagher Show.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.